Please. There we go. Finally. Finally. Okay. Hopefully it's coming through here. I do hope. Um, but job interviews, I don't need to listen to this. I want to talk about job interviews. I have been able to get job interviews very quickly and, well, nail them, except for one. And the reason why was because I had not eaten anything. I was younger and I had an energy drink and I just looked cracked out. But I want to talk about the proper etiquette for going into a job interview, hence this shirt that I'm wearing. And when you tighten it up, but it's to wear a tie later on. Um, but going in for an interview, you have to remain calm with like anything. And it's important to not let yourself be fidgety everywhere sitting down. You want to remain calm. You're in a business transaction. You want to seem professional. You may not be professional. That's fine. You want to seem professional. Also, be confident with yourself. When applying for jobs, apply for stuff and think about if you're able to do it or not. People say, "Oh, everybody lies on um, a job application or a resume." Don't. You're gonna give yourself problems when you go into the interview if you lie. Um, but does that mean you have to put down everything that makes you at fault? Like, oh, did I complete high school? You could put how far you've put in there. That's fine. Or get a GED. Most people don't really look or care, and that's when a lot of people, you know, they'll fib on that if they didn't or if they did. But different jobs that they've had, you don't have to put down every job. I've noticed you put down the ones that you were good at. That's what I've done. I've had a lot of different jobs. I put down the ones I was good at, the ones where I worked the most, or the ones where I really excelled. Not the ones that I didn't like or had some problems in. Um, and not to say I didn't do my best there. It's just I found that there are a lot of things in that job that I didn't quite care about. A lot of mainly how management worked. And so I didn't put it on there. If it comes up in an interview, I will bring it up in an interview. And then actually, one of the interviews that I just had, I was like, I also worked at Vaughn. It's like, oh, you didn't put it on here. It's like, oh, well, this is why, or I must have got it. But I did work there. It wasn't too long, you know, this and that. And yeah, I just didn't want to go through with how I felt I was treated and all that. But that's beside the point. Going into an interview, you want to remain calm, try not to sweat, look good. Messy hair like this is not acceptable. If you're going with the t-shirt and jeans, it's bad. Get a shirt. You want to learn how to tie a tie? We have YouTube. Um, Ladies, if you're going in there, look the part, definitely the part. If you're going in for a Batista job at Starbucks, it wouldn't be bad to wear like the all black or white t-shirt. Um, when it comes to going in there, you're not trying to run on a fashion show, but you're trying to look professional. But you're also not trying to put on a whole tuxedo. You want to look just presentable and capable of handling a one-on-one with somebody. The questions that they bring up. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? A lot of the questions come in is one of the biggest ones I've always seen is how would you handle yourself in a conflict between you and a coworker? And that happens a lot. To prepare yourself for an interview, because I'm just going to pass that up. I don't want to go into telling you how to handle situations. You need to handle situations the best to your capabilities. Um, and in that question, obviously, you'd want to think it out. How would I handle this? And well, actually, let's go into it. If you were conflicted with another employee or you're getting to an argument, do you think it's A, good to go and just start acting like it's your sibling and start going at them? B, try to be correct and prove that you're right? Or C, back off and drop it. Because the employer doesn't care if you're correct. The employer doesn't care if you feel this close to the person. The employer doesn't care about any of that. What they care about is making money. And if you're causing a scene or having a problem, you're you're not being productive. So if you step back and go back to work, that's the answer. So what would you do? How would you answer that question? You would answer like this. If I found myself in a conflict with an employee, I would remain calm, I would back out from it, and I would use any information that was applied or that was given to me from my employer about how to handle the situation, and then talking to my manager at the appropriate time. And appropriate time is important because if it's something where they they want you to say because of HR, you're gonna go and you're gonna talk to your manager right away. But really, honestly, if you're in a situation where you're working and you got to work, it- productivity stopping is what they don't want. So what you got to do is leave the problem, address it later with them. Trying to fix it on yourself. If you could be like, hey, can we talk about this? What was going on here? And if it's safe to do. Um, But answers like that are best. Um, but when you think about different questions that they're going to bring up, because your mind will go on to all these questions, you want to think about what the bad things are that you see working. If you've never had a job, if you're new to the job um, place, it's much like school. Okay. Like you're in a classroom, you're doing your job, but this time you're allowed to move about, you're allowed to talk, you're allowed to do things. But the people really haven't changed too much. You're always going to find the excel, the not excel, the slacker, the not slacker. You're always going to find the same people. They're just older. You want to be concerned about you and focus on you. So the best answers are to be productive, to be assertive. Um, You want to kind of be a Spock, as I say in an interview, logical, highly almost non-emotional. Not just plain non-emotional, but a joyous non-emotional. Like not crazy, not like but relaxed. Okay, because you're talking to somebody. You're just humans. You're just two humans talking. That's it. You're relaxed. You're calm. Um, you don't want to. You don't want to give yourself the high, mighty. Oh, I'm so great. This is what I earned. You want to have humility, but you want to be assertive. You don't want to push yourself too much. You don't want to come off crazy. You want to be there. You want to relate. Um, you want to relate to what you had in the past that was a building block. Small things, just little quick quibbits of say, tell me about yourself. First thing you tell about yourself is what you've done that relates to the job. So say if you're going to go for a job in retail and they go, well, tell me about yourself. Well, I'm very neatly oriented. I keep everything very well placed among my house. I try to come up on time. I don't find myself in very much conflicts. I'm easygoing, very knowledgeable, helpful. Along those lines. Try to keep away from ums and, and likes and stuff. If you have to slow down, that's fine. One of the things that has helped me is looking at your watch. You look at your watch. An interview may take 5 minutes. When you think of a second, how long a second is, I wonder if I have my watch right here. And in communicating. So I want to put this right here. So if you're having a conversation and they're like, what do you think of this? Well, the ums kind of last a second long. Instead of saying, well, I, it makes you sound more assertive, or not assertive. It makes you sound more intelligent, less. What is the word I'm looking for? You're sure of yourself. You don't want to take too many seconds. You don't want to take 5 seconds, but a second or two is fine because really, a second, what's one? That's a second, or that's 2 seconds. Sorry. So If I say now, that's a second. Seems very long in an interview. 2 seconds would be that's 2 seconds right there. 3 seconds is 3 seconds get a little bit longer. 4 seconds is kind of 5 seconds. So 2 seconds is the best pause that you would want to have in an interview. Now, don't think about the seconds. Do not think about the seconds. Allow the seconds to be a calming for you, but remain on topic and on the subject. Um, Being early to an interview is always good, and making sure that you don't feel pressured from yourself. They're they might pressure you. Um, Normally not. If you get an interviewer who is trying to just get through the interviews, always good. You can tell if they're rushing. Don't waste their time. Don't be there going, "This is my life story." You know they want something quick, fast. So there, you just get to the meat. You know, you pass up the veggies, you go straight to the meat. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. This is what it's about. This is what I'm here for. In fact, most of the times, like I need a job. I'm reliable. They're like, fabulous. Can you do this? Yes. Can you do that? No. And then eye contact's always good. Not too much like eye contact. You don't want to be up in their business, but when you're looking at them, and then they talk to you, allow you could go off and really be concerned about what you're thinking about and get into it. Allow those things to happen. Um, when I say allow those things to happen, because you don't want to, you're not acting. You want to be you, relaxed and calm, but you're not acting per se. You're not at this moment. I need to look interested and stuff because you got to remember what you're talking about. Now I have to have an answer and come up here. You're not doing that. You're just allowing yourself because it's natural. They ask you a question. You know, what can you tell? What hobbies are you interested in? Well, let me tell you. I picked up the guitar when I was 12 years old, and I haven't put it down since. I'm very passionate. You're not gonna want to hire somebody like that. As opposed as, what are your hobbies? I love music. I really enjoy music. It's a passion of mine. Being able to learn, you're always learning something new, and that's what I appreciate from it. Um, I did throw the in the beginning. It happens. I will say there. You want to just try as hard as possible not to or like or you know i- it'll get. Don't worry too much about it. They're people. They're honestly only people on the other side. Uh, but keeping yourself upright in sitting position, it's very good posture. It's very good. It also helps you maintain focus. If I'm feeling nervous, I will shake my leg like if I'm under the table, I will shake something, but I will make sure you don't see me shaking up top. If I'm getting a little too nervous, I'll let it out. It's there to let out. That's what you do. Your body wants to let something out. Um, what else? Hygiene. Very good to come in smelling good, smelling great. Be up early, get everything ready the night before, and go into the interview with a clear mind. Clear mind. Where and I'm gonna go back on this. Wear appropriate attire. I got hired just because I came in with a tie and a collared shirt and nice dress pants and shoes. That's why they're like, we're already hiring you. I've have so many comments going. It's rare to see people coming in dressed as you are dressed. And just that, I've already jumped up. Just that, I'm already there. And I really don't have to say too much. Um, when it comes to asking about your faults, they're not asking about your faults. If you come out and say, "Well, my fault is I'm tired. I'm late all the time," they have a hard time getting me to come in. That's one of my faults. They're not going to want that. Um, a fault can be one of the faults I had was I was a micromanager. I was always, I wasn't paid for the position, but I was always trying to get the job done, and I never saw people working. My employees just weren't they weren't assertive, and I was finding myself micromanaging, and that I find a problem. They're like, it's a pretty good problem to have. Um, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, other problems you may have, but it's a good one to have. It's important to have one of those questions lined up. What am I bad at? Like, yeah, they'll ask you that. What do you find as a fault in you? And that's a trick question. They want to trick you. Like when you say something silly, um, I'm too neat. I take too much time on a project. Those are good answers. Let me think. It can only come from where I'm at. You're gonna have to think about it yourself and how you're gonna exploit that. Really exploit that to be something beneficial. Um, they don't want to hear I was on heroin for a long time. Actually, no, I take that back, especially if you have a past problem, you know, like, and you're recovering and you're working towards it and you have a good track record. It's not a bad, oh, you might, maybe not. Hello, what's up, Ruth McKinney of Architect? Anyway, I want to bring up that, but use it to your potential. Um, if you have any questions about interviews, go ahead. Ask. My hair is not there, but I'm getting ready to do a little tie tutorial. Most people don't do the tie, and I have a very wide neck. It runs in the family. It doesn't run because it's so big. It needs to run a little bit more in the family so it can loosen itself up. Choked up. I will, in fact, because my neck's wide, I will not have it tie. I will not have this in the car right there. This is loose. The tie is ready. It's ready to go. Go in. I guess it's for guys. Um, I guess ladies too. If you want to wear a tie, that'd be very impressive. That bow ties are pretty simple. They're not that hard. I have a few. Um, but let's go on to picking ties and bow ties. Depending on what job you're going to go for, the tie can say a lot about you and who you are. If you're going into a position that is construction, something a little bit more, you're going to deal with those masculine type. Um, maybe a flower tie is not the best. Something pink with maybe not the best. I mean, if you're going in there and you're ripped, I could see that you're just buff and you're going in there and you have something, they might feel less intimidated if you have to do that. But going in there and something bright and colorful might not be too suitable. Um, a tie like this, colors are important too. Look up a little bit about colors because they can say a lot about what is going on. When you talk to the person, when you put your resume or application in, try to talk to the person hiring. Listen to their voice. Get a sense of who they are. That will help you in choosing the proper tie to go in for the interview. And you get in there, you be yourself. You want something that represents you, um, but also represents you at the job. Because we're going to face this. When you hire somebody, a good worker is somebody that's kind of opposite from what they are at home. You know, your home life and your work life, there's like two separate people. It's kind of like teachers. I think they're the best example. You'll see a teacher and they're like full on this way, and then you see them after class and they may be drinking a little bit and they're like, "What is up? I'm glad you're out of my class. I hated you." There's two different people. Um, but back to the tie, picking it. So if you're going in for I went to do an interview at the Boys and Girls Club and I got dressed up and I wore a bow tie. That's the bow tie. That was like this is the place where I wear the bow tie. And I picked the bow tie. It was nice. I think I picked the purple one. I did wear a suit jacket at that point. I went in there just being because I felt this needs to be a very professional situation. I'm dealing with very that's I put it in my head that way. But the last job interview I had, the last two job interviews I had, I just did a collar shirt with the tie and a tie clip. The tie clip is so helpful. It keeps things tidy. Your tie is just not flying around. You look more presentable. It adds something to it. You're not wearing a jacket. Um, with ladies, I can't really say what would be this equivalent as just a shirt. Maybe if you wear a dress shirt or I don't know. Your fashion is so out there. It would really have to determine what is going on. Um, Again, talking to the person interviewing, you know, they want to see something or hear something, um, or what they get from it. And what I mean by hear something or see something is, do they want to see how well you can look? Do they want to see this person is clean and tight and organized, or do they want to see this person is asserting a dominance and is capable of going out and working in the field? Your past experiences are very important. I want to stress on that of what you're going to do. This is a little bit long of a video, 21 minutes. I could go on forever, um, reiterating things too. Um, let's get into the tie. Let's because I gotta do this. There's so many other videos out there, but ties. Um, so tight. Keeping your heart rate down too. Relaxing is very good. Now, it's important to get the length right. I just watched a video. A guy would stand up, and then he will, for a double Windsor, he will do like 3 inches longer from when he has his hands down. Uh, I'll stand up, but like from when he hands his down, he'll have it longer, like that, 3 inches down, so he can give himself some room. And the length is important, but worry about that later. The knot is where it's at. Oh, wish I could pick a different shirt. So you're gonna take your side. You're gonna have a short side, little side, long side, big side, and this is just the one Windsor. You're gonna fold it over. You're gonna have like that. You're gonna bring it back around, right? Just from here, from here to here. Just gonna bring it around. Notice it's the bottom side. Okay. And you're gonna bring it back around again. So you're basically wrapping it around from here. Wrap it around. And you want to continue wrapping around, wrap it around those fingers. You're gonna come up through the top. So you tell there, wrap it around over the fingers, keep your fingers there. Let's do that again. Huh? Through the arm. Around the fingers. Now you're gonna go in. And that's why your fingers are there. And you're gonna just pull it out like a tongue. Blech. And you're gonna adjust it. Pull it up. You have your single Windsor. I actually did it just right because when you have the second part of the tie behind you, if you have it too short, what's going to happen is this is going to hang out like that, and that's just a bad. Your tie clip will come in somewhere about here. I don't. Down here is a little bit too extravagant. Not extravagant, but just too much. I would have it in the middle somewhere, just to keep the tie from flailing to the left and to the right. So that is your single Windsor. It's not a bad knot. You get in there, choke yourself. The more you pull on this part, the big part, the tighter this will become. And then you're going to be fixing it a lot, which isn't too bad. I like a wide one. This isn't too bad of a tie knot. It's not bad. It's the easiest. Now, the double Windsor, which I had to do a little bit of research on because I forgot how to do it, is not too difficult. You're going to have the same thing. You're going to come in here, and then you're going to do the same. You're going to wrap it around. But instead of coming around your hand like this, you're going to come. Oh, wait. No. My bad. I'm messing this up big time. Come around. Like that. You're going to put it up through it like this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Sorry. I do need to give myself a little bit more slack. Okay. Start again. Boom. Through here. And then from here, you're going to go up under. So from here, from the one wrap up under, pull it all the way through. Okay? Just like that. And then over here, you're going to do the same thing, but on the opposite side. So it's here. You're going to go up under, like that. All right. We're going to go ahead and make sure that our knot is starting to take form. And then from here, you're going to take your tie, bring it around the town, like that. And then you're going to come up under. So let's take it back a few. You already did. We'll take it back all the way. Here. Coming over here. We're going to go ahead and throw it through the arm. It's fine. But then instead of wrapping it around, we're going to throw it up, over, in, like that. Bringing it here. And then from here, we're going to do the same thing, just on the opposite side. Make sure we fit it up, because we want to make sure it's a nice, this is like our platform of what's going to happen next. Pull that tight. Now from here, just wrap it around like there. Cover your fingers. Up through. Through. Then you're going to go in. If you can do the one swoop, that's good too. Oh, now this, I like this one right here. Fix up the knot before you tighten tight. What I'm doing is pulling it back. If you look this up, the double Windsor, this is better videos, better tutorials. I'm going to pull this up. And what I like about this knot is if you pick a higher or your collar's out more, it looks better. The more you do this knot, the better you get. Pull it in, and it looks fuller. It's just nice and symmetrical. The other one kind of has this little slant. It's not bad. It's all right. But this one they'll notice. Pick it up. Ooh, look at that business tie. And uh-oh. I have a little bit of slack. It is a little bit long. You want the tie to kind of come to your belt, your waist. So this is actually not too bad of a tie. It's a little bit long. Tie clip, boom. That's that. That's 30 minutes. Ty, hopefully you get the job.